I don't know when you grew up skateboarding. I don't know what like the era like was it the
Sorry, the first Sorry.
Okay, so is that early 2000s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the East Coast, like what's the biggest differences like growing up skating there compared to here, or like what's the biggest differences in the skate scenes and whatnot? I mean, obviously it's different people, different states have different people, but like is it just like, are there huge differences?
Yeah. So I guess, I mean, obviously the physical stuff, like the weather, blah, 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 that doesn't really matter. Less skate parks. There's no skate parks on the fucking East Coast, blah, blah, blah. But more on the other side of things, like one of the big things is people on the East Coast mythologize pro skaters, I think, a lot more because we never see them. So, like, I remember, like, you know, being a kid, and I'm talking about, like, the mind of, like, someone who's, like, you know, just learning kick flips and 360 flips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, it was, like, the craziest thing to even think that there was, like, pro skaters. When I first played Tony Hawk, the video game, I thought that Tony Hawk was the only real person.
Oh, yeah.
Because the other characters had names like Bucky Lasik and, like, Rune Glifberg and Jeff Raleigh spelled with a G. Like, all that shit sounds made up.
Yeah, well, Rune Glifberg is, like...
Yeah. Like Alyssa Steamer, like, come on, you pull that out of your ass. It's not a real person.
Yeah.
So, like,
skate names are insane.
Yeah. The first time seeing a pro skater, it was just, like, very, very, like, whoa, this is fucking crazy. Whereas, like, out here, it seems like no one really has that much of a... They're like, oh, yeah, fucking, you know, my local skater is Danny Way. Like, I skate this skate park and I see pro skaters there every single day.
Yeah.
So I think there's that, and then there's also, when they get older, like, the I guess, like, the next level of skating is things are way more cliquey on the East Coast. Like, every skate shop hates every other skate shop. Every skater talks shit on every other skater. Like, the trends that people pay attention to on the East Coast are different than the West Coast, because on the West Coast it seems more like they're keeping up with more modern day trends, whereas like the constant trend on the East Coast is it's really cool not to care. Like the less you care, the cooler you are, which is obviously contradictory because you care about not caring. So it's like you're fucking just a jackass with a low card shirt who, you know, hates everyone.
Smokes Marbreds.
Yeah. You gotta have the fucking Pabst Blue Ribbon. Like, you know, there's like, there's that.
Tastes like water and nickel, dude. This gross as beer.
Delicious. I was not a fan. But I think there's a lot more like bitterness on the East Coast. But the flip side is they're way more real. Like, if someone doesn't like you on the East Coast, they're gonna tell you that they don't like you.
They'll tell you.
And I prefer that because people on the West Coast will just talk shit behind your back or try to, like, I don't know, spread rumors about you. Like, no one really spreads rumors on the East Coast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you did something shitty, like, everyone's gonna be like, hey, you did that shitty thing. You're a fucking asshole. Like, you'll get punched in the face before you'll get canceled. You don't really get canceled in the skate world on the East Coast. You get beat up.
Yeah. That's
and then canceled because you got beat up.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing I noticed about, like, my friends in Oregon. They're like, they had a scuffle with one of their friends. Like, something happened. And, like, I don't even know. Long story short, like, people out here have more tolerance for bullshit. Yeah. Because they still hang, like, something happened with one of their friends, and then, like, they called me. They're like, yeah, what would you have done in this situation? And I was like, I don't know, like, punch him in the face. And they're like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what are you doing? And they're like, I was like, what are you doing with them? And they're like, well, you know, we're still gonna hang out with him. We're just gonna trust him less. And I was like,
wait,
like
we're gonna trust him less?
I was like, that is like the most adult thing I've ever heard, but also, like, what the fuck? Like,
I feel the exact opposite. I feel like it's a childish thing. Like, I would confront him, right? Like,
well, yeah, I mean, that's what
like,
you
if someone's
think.
being shitty, I'd be like, hey, why are you being shitty? Like,
yeah, without getting into it, like, yeah, it was pretty shitty, and I don't even know.
I don't know this person.
Yeah,